Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday. Ryan Holiday starts the book Ego is the Enemy with a synopsis of his life, and it gives his message credibility. As young as he was when he wrote the book, he had experienced incredible success as well as traumatic defeat. He had dealt with businesses crumbling and seeing mentors fall apart, his own mental health faltering and lost relationships. For him, the title of this book was important enough to tattoo on his right forearm. He writes this book to help others avoid a disastrous worldview centered on self. No matter where you are in attaining your goals, he has a message for you. His message is not founded in personal experience alone. Holiday supports his ideas with examples from history and the timeless wisdom of historical mentors. Holiday uses the word ego to stand for seeing the world with yourself at the center and your own goals and desires as paramount to all others. Ego has the need to be better than, more than, recognized for, far past any reasonable utility. Easy to confuse with confidence, ego differs because ego does not maintain objectivity. Confidence is earned while ego is built through self-perception gone wrong. If you are confident, you know what you are good at and where your skills lie, but you also recognize your weaknesses. Confident people realize there are others from whom they can learn. Ego manifests itself in arrogance, greed, selfishness, a sense of entitlement, and a destructive competitiveness. Holiday not only sees the ill effects of ego in his own life, but in people at all levels and stages in life. He claims that ego has caused the loss of hundreds of millions of dollars for people he admired and kept them from recovering and attaining their goals. The book is written to guide you in life's critical decisions, from the huge ones like who you want to be and what path you want to take, to daily decisions that help you become what you have chosen. A realization that unchecked ego can undermine you along your way, whether in aspiration, success, or failure, can help you triumph in the long run and lead to a more abundant life. Holiday applies his maxim, ego is the enemy, along with the classical and Stoic philosophies to guide you in each situation. Aspiration. When you are aspiring to reach a goal, ego interferes by clouding your vision. It can do this in several ways. One way is by self-delusion through self-talk. As we consider the steps to our future success, we can begin to think we have already achieved it. Stories we create in our minds can keep us from taking the actual steps toward achieving our goals. In fact, we can even be tricked into some level of self-satisfaction by playing and replaying the stories. Ego takes us a step further away from our goal when the delusion becomes public. We might talk about our goal instead of achieving it, sometimes through casual conversations, but more likely through social media, texting, or other online conversations. We enjoy the attention, and people seem to respect us for our efforts and goals, even though, in truth, we are doing little to actually pursue that goal. What is happening is that we are preferring talk to action, and in this process, deluding ourselves with false steps toward the goal. As a writer, Holiday discusses the pitfall of being so active in writing groups and promoting a future book that he might not take the time to work on the book itself. He points out that as we tweet and blog about our goals, we miss opportunities to work on them. It is for this reason that Holiday himself does not discuss his upcoming projects publicly until they are completed. Success. If ego is harmful to the aspiring, it is perhaps more so to the successful. When experiencing success, it is easy to step back and bask in the success, forgetting the will and work it took to get where you are. Consider a sports team after it has achieved a win that no one expected, yet they must get right back to work if they are to strive for the championship. Ego can also boost your image of yourself and the responsibility you personally had for the success. It is not wrong to note what you did to contribute to a success. That is a way of reinforcing practical behaviors. But when ego is involved and the self-talk that goes with it, your part in the success can become unduly inflated in your own mind and hinder further achievement or team building. The success becomes almost intoxicating and draws your focus away from your purpose and your partners. Failure. According to Holiday, failures, even small ones, become monumental when ego is involved. If ego is in charge, you have less control. A stumble can cause a complete fall, and little troubles can cause you to unravel. The main problem is that ego hinders your ability to see either what you did to contribute to the problem or what you could do to address it. Instead, ego's focus becomes dodging responsibility and placing blame for what went wrong. Saving face becomes the new purpose, and whatever you were striving toward is lost. Yet through constant awareness of this ego trap, you can maintain the course and make your work and your team's work count. Plus, especially when experiencing success, Add to your circle. Add someone better than you. This might be someone in your specific area of expertise or someone with a similar goal from whom you can learn. Holiday quotes Ralph Waldo Emerson. "In my walks, every man I meet is superior in some way, and in that I learn from him." Associating with those who are better than you in some way not only keeps you humble, but can focus your mind on learning and achieving. Add time also to note and ponder what is greater than you, not only in your career world, but in the world in general. The immensity of the natural world, for example, or of great men and women of history. This exercise can dwarf your own accomplishments and help you maintain objectivity. Minus. When you have experienced failure, avoid having a pity party. Instead, look for someone with less knowledge or experience than you whom you could help, lead, or teach. The focus then shifts off of you, and your urge to blame is superseded by the task of helping someone with less experience not make similar mistakes. In teaching, you could also see your failure in a more objective light and reveal what you could have done better. You help them and yourself. Equal. When you aspire, find an equal with whom you can share ideas and accountability. Look for someone who can inspire you and motivate you rather than someone who will stroke your ego. Create an inner circle where criticism is taken seriously and is meant to be helpful and constructive. This type of accountability can help you keep your ego from working overtime on what it intends to do and zero you in on what you're doing to reach your goal. Whether you are striving to improve your business and finances, make a creative dream a reality, reach mastery level in some skill, achieve in sports, or build lasting relationships, ego can get in the way. Maybe you won't need a reminder tattooed on your arm, but Holiday's directions for building self-awareness and keeping your ego in check are sure to be beneficial.